Okay, we're back.
All right, back.
Semi-long phone call.
Yeah, we were trying to tune a McCune carburetor over the phone.
Doesn't work.
Well, I told him kind of what to do. It's better. The other guy sent me an email. He didn't tell me what kind of bike it was or what was in it. He just said, "How do you tune the car? How do you tune it?" Well, I'm not a mind reader. I'm good, but come on, give me a limit.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if I actually knew maybe what kind of bike it was or what carburetor was on it, or
The McCootie whisperer. Like, oh, just think about it. Oh, that's fixed it.
yeah, just, a couple of hints. Just, I don't need a lot of information, but a little bit would be nice. Now these are the stupid clips that are made backwards. See, normally you put the first one in this side, work your way around. This one that works off the other way. You got to be left-handed. This is a left-handed clip. I am not left-handed, so it's a pain in the ass.
Well, you want to do something different? No.
Shit. Yeah, we'll see if we can screw these up for you. How hard can it be?
Well, like the guy that showed up with this primo-looking bike. This goes back a few years. He's brought it from the East Coast, put a lot of money into it, but he'd never seen it run. I mean, he said he tried everything to get it going. Pulls it up next to out here. We tinkered around with it for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, just going back, making sure all the basic stuff was correct.
I think I didn't even make it in the shop, did it? Was
no,
outside.
it was outside in the
back in the truck or something.
Sitting outside, and well, that was the one out in the truck too. There was a different one, but this one, the guy, man, I can't get this thing going. It hadn't run since So we went back, went through the basics. You always do that. Check your points, check your ignition, check your timing.
Start the push
check
rods,
the carburetor, check your push rods. So he did all this. We're just tinkering around, check the fuel flow, blah, blah, blah. And first time he hit it, boom, started up. That kid's look on that kid's face was freaking pure magic. And that kid was like, man, he almost is in tears. I never heard it run. And all going back to the basics, which is what you always do. This Jeep I picked up, first thing I did was...
See, I'm going in a circle here?
Yeah.
I think you missed it, Fred. You're yakking about your stupid motorcycle again.
My Jeep.
Okay, you want to make sure it's all the way in there?
Yeah.
Is it all the way in?
It is.
Okay, good. Okay, now I got to do the other piston. Which side did I do, Fred? I don't remember. That's the one on the 10. Well, this doesn't have that line anymore, so it must not matter.
Does it make a difference?
I think it made a difference before. It's the same on both sides, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Which side do you want 10 on? You want left or right?
Left. Doesn't matter, does it? Everything's all the same.
Yeah.
Same cut, same everything.
Same valve pocket, same offset.
Pocket,
it's hard to see the piston pin offset, but...
Is there a piston pin offset?
Yeah, I can't see it, so I don't know. Okay, so you got to get this thing to start in here.
I'm going to try and get close up.
The problem is trying to hold the piston and push it in and do all at once. And
oops, sorry, I moved it on you.
And Fred's talking in my ear about some stupid bike that never ran in 100 years. And if he just put gas in and hit the button, it would probably start it anyway. But
he obviously hadn't done that. He had done it, and you gotta make it.
Simple stuff is not simple to everybody.
No.
Especially when they overthink it. Just do it. Quit thinking, just go out and do it. Follow directions. Start with the push rods, work your way out. When you're done screwing around with it, hit the button.
What's that?
Or kick it. Your choice.
I think it's just whipping your ass, man.
Well, like I said, it's left-handed. I'm not left-handed. There it goes.
Oh, goodness.
Plus, I'm working out of vision. I can't see. See, it's underneath my thumb and underneath the other side of the clip. Yeah. All I know is it's not going in the hole right now. So.
Keep changing your angle, your screwdriver.
Well, I'm on the back side. I can't see really what I'm doing. It's kind of just going by feel.
Yeah. Oh.
I was going good until it flipped out. See, once you get halfway around, it'll stay in there. Obviously, I'm not halfway around yet because it keeps coming out. Where's it even out?
Oh no. I'm going to back up and let you...
There it goes.
See that?
See, now it's in there.
Oh, yeah, it's popped in.
I always take the shank of the screwdriver and just run around, make sure it's in the groove all the way. if you feel like there's two, like a lid like this where there's two lips, it's
Yeah.
not in all the way. They got to both feel flat.
Yep.
So you look in there and it looks good. It's in there.
Well, the fun part is trying to get it put in there when it's actually.
It's actually easier in the motor because you can push it all against the wrist pin, so you got to stop.
Okay.
Wobble around easily. But it's still working backwards. It's left-handed. So whoever made the clips in the last, I don't know, 10 years, 5 years, whatever it's been, they wind them the wrong way. So they work backwards. Okay, so we got our groove right here.
Yep.
Or parting lip. Put that over there. Take your O-ring, stick it on the other side, see, snap ring, boom. This one, you just kind of roll it around. See, this finger's pushing it over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is wrapping it. Now when you get to this point, I put my thumbnail in there, and I go across, and I drop it in the hole.
Okay.
So now the gap is right here. So we go back wherever the gap is, right there. That means the other gap is right there.
Well, about 4 inches off?
No,
A couple inches
it's
off?
940, it's 45 degrees over.
45 degree over.
Okay, now you go 180 from that one, so you go to the other side of the wrist pin over here.
Oh.
You do the same thing, wrap it around. Now you can straight right across the ring, the piston if you want, but it doesn't look as good. Now it should work freely. If it's not freely, it's binding.
I pee freely.
And next you got your other ring. Where's your top ring at, Fred?
Well, let's see. Top. The thicker one is on the top, right?
They're all the same thickness.
Hmm? Okay, hang on. That's the way the. Let's see.
What kind of rings do you have?
These are Molly's.
Will they give you a clue?
Oh, so the ones. Yep, got it. The shiny ones go on the bottom, the dull ones go on the top.
The one with the molly in it is the top ring.
Oh.
The one without the molly is cast.
I had a 50%
That's
chance.
second ring. Dumbass.
I had a 50%
Now if you had
chance.
cast iron rings, both rings might be the same, but you don't know that for sure.
All right. Damn it. Almost got it.
Now the next thing is
I'll
you
never
make
forget that
you
now.
make sure, yeah, right. Next thing, they're all cast iron. Now you got to make sure you look for markings.
Okay.
See how there's no markings?
On that side.
See how there's a chamfer though?
Yep.
See how there's a mark here?
Yeah.
No chamfer. You look at it from the cross section, you can see how the ring has a chamfer in it.
Oh, look at that.
So if you have a chamfer in it, there's going to be a mark.
Right.
Now if it's a rectangular shaped ring, it means they're all the same shape, then it might not be marked. See how these are all the same? There's no back cut?
Yeah.
There's no pressure. These are cheap ass rings. They're not pressure backed. The chamfer gives you pressure back. It also makes the ring twist up like a bow. It bows up like this.
Yeah.
That's why they call these reverse twists, because they bow up the other way. The reason you put a bow in them is because they scrape the oil off the cylinder better.
Okay.
The second ring is pretty much an oil scraper ring.
Okay.
It's not a compression ring. It's an oil scraper ring. The top ring is a compression ring. Now, if the pressure gets past this ring, this ain't going to do much to keep it from going all the way down the whole bottom.
Okay.
So the top ring has to do its job or you're screwed. So the top ring has no marks. See, there's no tips, no lines, no line, nothing.
Right.
It's the cross sections on is equal, so it's definitely doesn't matter which way it goes in. Top, bottom doesn't matter. This one here having a pressure back on one side, not the other. The dot, you want that dot, or if it's at the sides of the ring, it always goes up.
Okay.
Markings always go up. I don't care what the instructions say. Now, if you take this thing and wrap it, that means you're making a spring because you're twisting it and it bends it.
Right.
When you bend it, it don't seal anymore because the ring has to lay flat to seal. If it's
Yeah.
got a big twist to it, it don't seal.
Okay.
So the way you put the rings on is you have to spread the rings like this. So what you do is you put the gap in here,
Okay.
put your fingers over here in this corner, you spread with the thumb and push with your fingers. See how I'm in the hole over here?
Yep.
When you get out to here, you just take it and you roll it over the top with your thumb. And see how I'm not in the right spot there? Now
Okay.
I am.
Perfect.
See where the ring's at?
Yep.
See how it drops in? Yep, there. You can see how there's no binding.
All right. Check the binding.
Now if you had the ring twisted, it would be binding up. That means it's not working. Either the piston's bad or the ring's bad.
Okay.
Now once you bend the ring, it's really hard to save it. I've done that and I've showed in other videos, but do not wrap your rings. And I don't give a shit if the manufacturers say you wrap your rings. Don't wrap your stupid rings. If you want your rings to ever work, do not ever wrap them. Except the oil rings. The oil rings don't matter. Look how thin they are. They're real flexible and they're steel. These are cast iron. Cast iron is not nearly as flexible. Now you go 90 degrees across from where the other groove was, and And then you go 180 across from that one. Where's the 180 at? There's the gap.
Yep.
So which side of the pin? I'm on that side of the pin, so I want to be on this side over here.
Right.
Okay, you make sure all the rings are free. See how nice and free there? See how they
Yep.
open down? So now where's all the gaps at, Fred?
They're 45. Everything's 45 or 180.
Right, they're on the four corners.
Four corners.
Okay, that one's done. Now you got this one.
Same thing, different day, different piston.
Same spot over here.
Okay.
These don't matter. They're universal. They're made. I like to get this here put in as soon as I can because these things like to overlap themselves.
Yeah.
Now the Hasty rings are pretty good. They don't like to do that. But you get some of them, those Japanese rings. Those things are miserable, especially twin cam rings. They're
Oh, they keep
horrible to
wanting
work
to overlap. Yeah, they want to overlap themselves.
They got a lot of spring tension on them, and they like to just overlap.
And you don't want that.
And when they overlap and you put the motor together, it uses oil like crazy.
Hmm.
Because I've done it too, where you put them together and the piston's all bound up, the cylinder won't slide down. You got it all inside the damn cylinder, but it just won't slide down.
Hmm.
Pull the damn thing up, because that means most likely the O-ring, instead of being like that, it's like this.
Okay.
And twin cams are horrible. I hate them fucking motors. Everything about them is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, once again, over on the.
And one of these days I'm going to have to buy a spring compressor to work on them stupid bikes.
We said that already.
Yeah,
Didn't
well, I tried to buy them at Total See when we were over there, but
Yeah.
they didn't want to sell it to us. Cheap bastards.
The other way. Oh, it doesn't matter. You're just doing the same thing.
What am I doing wrong, Fred?
Never mind. You're right.
You button in there? Did you have something to say?
No, you're going to spin it around and put it 180 out right now.
Where's the O-ring at?
All right. You can do the 45, then 180.
There's the O-ring there, so I should be over here. I think I did the
Yep.
other one wrong. I think I'm where the O-ring is. No, the O-ring got moved. There's the O-ring.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one's over here, see? So where's the other ring going to be? It should be over here.
Yep.
There. This one should be right on this side of the pin. There
Yep.
you go. Now you don't want to have your gaps on the thrust faces or on the sides. So that means you got to be on the 45s.
Right.
Okay, which one's front rear?
Doesn't make any difference.
In this case, they're the same size. So I measured them and when I did the cylinders, and if they were different, I'd have an F and an R on these.
Right.
So these are the same size, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. Okay.
He just said the same thing I said, but a better explanation.
All right.
Now we need a. My engine.
Get an oil plug in this?
Which one?
Is your drain plug in the case?
There is not.
You know why it doesn't have a drain plug?
Why?
Because an 80-inch motor, they don't have drain plugs.
Yeah.
74-inch motors have drain plugs down here.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
You gotta make sure that plug is in there too, because when I put oil on here, it comes out there, it makes a big mess on the counter. Okay, go there and grab me a quart of oil.
What?
Motor oil, not fork oil. Find me motor oil.
Wow.
It's right down the shelf somewhere.
Engine oil.
1040, perfect. It's my favorite one. Here,
Transmission.
we're not using this in the car. You want to use fork oil or tranny oil?
No, I'm looking at the primary. Go.
You got some P,
Just
you want
naming
to
it.
you want to put some PJ1 in there?
Let's go.
How about some brake fluid oil in there?
How about some Lucas?
You want some carburetor cleaner in your motor? Okay, here you go, Fred.
Just calling out what the different types of oil you had sitting on there. And then
This is called car reject oil.
car reject.
Because when I ran this in my car, it was too low. So I have an extra quart, so I've been getting rid of it every motor at a time. I dump a little bit in.
Okay.
This is our braking oil. So you put it right there in the motor. You make sure the rods are well lubed. Are they well lubed, Fred?
They're well lubed.
You sure?
You poured that right on top of it.
I did. Is there oil in the lower end?
Well, yes, because it's come up on
See how
the,
clean that oil is?
very clean. No boogers.
Now it's on the side of the rod. I can get it off the side of the rod. Now if you look down in there, you can actually see the oil in there. See the flywheels are in it?
Mm.
The next guy, he's going to get the rest of it.
Excellent. I'll put that back for you.
I only put 2 or 3 ounces in there at a time.
I'll put this back up with the fork
Why did you
oil.
put that oil in there, Fred?
Primary oil. Blah, blah, blah.
Why did you do that, Fred?
Why is that? Why did I do what?
Why did I put oil in?
So you pre-lube it so that when you first turn it over, it's at least got some lubrication on
That
it.
way when some dumbass runs his motor with no oil in it because the oil pump is full of air and it's not pumping oil,
Yeah.
or he forgot to put oil in the tank,
Yep. At least has a,
you can run the motor for probably about 10-15 minutes and it won't hurt it.
because it's just slopping around in the bottom there.
As soon as this motor turns over, that oil that's in that crank will lubricate the piston skirts.
Okay.
And then this oil here will be on the other parts that are important.
Yep.
See, important.
The important oil.
And that way it runs. Now the trick is on this, I got to make sure I don't turn the motor over forward so the oil stays in there until I want it to run on the bike. If you turn the motor over the normal direction, the oil comes in here and dumps over the cam cover and then it's not in there anymore. So if you turn the motor over backwards, the oil stays in that spot because it's not made to come out backwards, it's made to go forward direction and come out. So, important.
Important note.
How come I got so many Loctites up here?
I don't know. You got way too
I
many.
got way too many. What was I doing?
Considering how much you use each time you do it, it'll take you a century to use that much.
What was I doing, Fred? I forgot.
You're getting ready to put the pistons on and
I'm
then
lubricating the wrist pins.
you're lubricating the wrist
So I'm
pins.
going to lubricate the wrist pin holes.
Okay, my back is starting to flare up.
You need a rest?
I need that. Let me go grab a stool. Here.
The stool? You going to the bathroom again?
No, not that stool.
Fred needs a break. Look at that. Look how he walks. He walks funny.
Leave me alone.
We're picking on Fred today. That'll teach him to avoid me for 2 months. We're making up for it in volume. Look at that.
If any of you ever had sciatic pain, that's what I got going on.
I have back pain every day.
Well, I know. You're a pain in somebody's ass, too.
I got that pain too.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that custom stool. Where'd you get that stool? It's cracked and everything. Does it pinch your butt cheek when you sit on it?
Oh, man. I don't know, but it's... The problem now is sitting here for 10 minutes and it
You'll have to
just
stand
creates
up
the
again.
problem just moves from one place to the next. Ah, but we're doing good. Living a dream. San Diego. San Diego made me lie, though. I kept telling my visitors it's sunny and warm in San Diego,
Except for the
this
week
one.
they're here this week.
This last week. They're
It's like England here.
what happened to sunny? Yeah, they're like, this is like, might as well go home. It's so freaking cold and wet all the time.
Yeah, cold and rainy. Not really raining, but not dry.
Yeah. But it was sunny and warm for the wedding and a few days
All day
after,
now.
so we were happy.